Our movie today begins with a small dog that a girl named Katie finds inside a box on the street. She takes him, raises him, and he grows up to be Max, living with Katie a very happy life. When Katie leaves Max at home to go to work, we learn that the building Max lives in is full of pets, like cats, dogs, and other animals. As soon as their owners leave their houses, the animals start doing everything they want, like the bird that goes to play with the TV, the cat that eats all the food in the fridge, the dog that listens to songs, and the one that does massage with a whisk. After these animals finish everything, they go to their friend Max to play with him. After a while, Katie comes with a new dog named Duke and asks Max to treat him well because he's going to live with him forever. Max gets upset because he feels someone is going to share Katie's love and attention. Because of that, he starts to annoy Duke, who is much stronger than Max and even takes his bed. Max runs to Katie and tells her that Duke bothers him and might destroy their lives. But Katie doesn't understand Max's words, so she kicks him out of the bathroom. At night, Duke sleeps in Max's bed and even takes the blanket Katie left for him, leaving Max sleeping on the floor. The next day, Max goes to his friend, the cat named Gidget, who lives in the apartment next to him, and tells her what happened. She advises him to deal with Duke in any possible way. After that, Katie leaves Max and Duke at home to go to work. When Duke tries to bother Max, they see a hamster coming out of the air vent. Duke runs to catch it, but ends up knocking a vase, breaking it. That gives Max an idea. He tells Duke that if he annoys him again, he will break everything in the house, and Katie will think Duke did it, because she has never seen Max break anything. Since Duke is afraid that Katie will kick him out, he obeys Max. Later, when the animals go for a walk in the park, Max orders Duke to fetch him a stick. Duke gets an idea to get rid of Max. He calls him, saying he found too many sticks and doesn't know which one to bring. When Max comes to choose, Duke attacks him, drags him with the leash, and takes him across the street into an alley to leave him there. But before leaving, a group of street cats attack Max, tossing him around on clotheslines until they take his collar. They also take Duke's collar, making him very scared, and he abandons Max and runs away. But then he comes back quickly and tells Max to escape because two animal control officers are chasing them. Max and Duke run fast, but the officers manage to catch them since they have no collars. They'll put them in the truck and drive away. Inside, Duke tells Max they're taking them to the animal shelter, and Duke gets very scared because Katie adopted him from a shelter. And if he goes back, he'll never get out again. At that time, none of Max's friends notice he didn't return with them, except Gidget, who decides to go find and rescue him. Meanwhile, the officers stop their truck when they see a cute rabbit standing on the road. When one officer comes down to take it, the rabbit suddenly attacks him. At the same time, a lizard and a pig come out from the sewer and attack the other officer inside the truck, steal it, and leave. The rabbit, named Snowball, uses a key made from a carrot to free his dog friend. Since the lizard can't drive, the truck crashes into a wall. Before escaping with his gang, Snowball is asked by Max to free them too. At first he refuses, but Max and Duke convince him they are also street dogs and want to join his gang. So Snowball lets them out before the truck explodes, and they all go into the sewer. Meanwhile, Gidget goes up to the rooftop to look for Max but discovers the city is too big to search alone. She finds a hawk with his eyes covered, asking him for help. He tells her she must remove the cover for him to help. As soon as she does, the hawk tries to attack her but can't reach because his leg is chained. He apologizes, saying he hasn't eaten in a long time. He promises that if she frees him, he will help her rescue Max. Gidget frees him, and he goes to the cat who stole Max's collar. At first, the cat refuses to tell Max's location, but Gidget beats her until she admits that Max and Duke are in the sewers with the street animals. Back to Max and Duke, they walk with Snowball's gang until they reach their hideout. There, Duke is shocked to see a large number of animals who all escaped from their owners. Snowball tells Max and Duke that he gathered as many animals as possible to avenge his duck friend against humans. He continues, saying they must prove their loyalty first by letting the snake bite them, and whoever survives joins the gang. Before the snake bites Max, The cats that stole his collar arrive and tell Snowball that Max and Duke are not street dogs. Snowball orders all the animals to attack them. Duke grabs the snake's tail and uses it as a weapon, hitting all the animals before throwing it onto a pipe. When the snake tries to attack Max again, part of the ceiling collapses on it. Still alive, it tries again, but the whole ceiling falls, killing it. Snowball gets furious and orders all animals to kill Max and Duke. Duke grabs Max in his mouth and runs fast, chased by the animals. They reach a river and see a boat passing by. They swim to reach it, but the current pushes Max away. Before he drowns, Duke throws him afloat and pulls him back to the boat, saving his life. Max thanks Duke for rescuing him. They reconcile when they realize the boat will take them to the other side of the river. Meanwhile, Gidget takes the hawk to the other pets, tells them about Max, and since they believe her, they all decide to go with her to save him. They ask an old dog named Pops for help. Pops agrees and guides them to the sewer, back to Max and Duke. They smell food and follow it to a sausage factory. Inside, they are amazed at all the food, eating until they're full. Afterward, Duke tells Max about his old owner, an old man who raised and played with him for years. One day, while chasing a butterfly, Duke got lost and never found his way back. Animal control caught him and sent him to the shelter. Hearing this, Max convinces Duke to return to his owner, saying he surely still loves him. Duke believes him. Meanwhile, Pops, Gidget, and the others reach Snowball's hideout. Snowball and his gang are crying because their snake friend died. When Gidget hears Snowball planning to kill Max, she bravely defends him. Snowball, angry, orders his followers to catch her, but she and the others escape through a pipe. Max and Duke finally find the old man's house. When Duke sees a cat there, he asks about the old man, but the cat tells him the man is gone. Duke doesn't believe it. When the family living in the house arrives, Duke barks at them, scaring them, and they call animal control. Max begs Duke to leave before they arrive, but Duke refuses, saying it was his fault and that he brought Max here just to get rid of him so he could live alone with Katie again. Max gets upset and leaves. Suddenly, animal control arrives and captures Duke. Max runs after the truck to save his friend. Snowball and his gang, disguised as a woman with a baby, see Max and chase him. When Max reaches the truck, it suddenly stops, making Snowball's gang crash. The officers capture the lizard and pig, but don't notice Max or Snowball. Max and Snowball decide to team up to save their friends. They steal a bus, and Snowball drives it like crazy, even backward, until he crashes into the animal control truck, tipping it over. The truck almost falls off a bridge. Max rescues Snowball, who fainted, carrying him in his mouth. Snowball's gang thinks Max killed him, but before they attack, Gidget and the pets arrive. Gidget fights bravely, defeating them one by one. Max goes to rescue Duke, but finds him still trapped in the cage. The truck falls into the water, and Max loses the keys. He tries desperately to break Duke free before it sinks. At the last moment, Snowball arrives with the keys. Max opens the cage, frees Duke, and they all escape before drowning. They reach the shore, and Duke thanks Max for saving his life. All the animals then steal a taxi and return home. Max confesses his feelings to Gidget, and she is happy. Meanwhile, a little girl finds Snowball, takes him home, and he becomes her pet. Snowball is delighted. Finally, Max and Duke live happily again with Katie, who keeps loving and caring for them after they learned through their great adventure that they only have each other.